Hi everybody, welcome to the Grand Rapids Area Library. Grandma Nancy here with a very fun spring project. It's kind of trying to be spring now. I know we're having some snow come and then we have really nice days, so it's a fun season to get out there and play in the mud puddles and that kind of thing. You will enjoy today, it's a lot of fun. We're gonna do some fingerprint creatures. We'll do plants, we'll do animals, whatever you want to do. Your kit this month is a little bit smaller than generally, and you can pick it up at the window at the Grand Rapids Area Library if you haven't already done so. So we open it up. It's always exciting to see what's in here. And, ooh, I feel nice paper. We have 2 sheets of nice cardstock paper. So that's very nice, nice bright white. And then we have three ink pads. Everybody has different colors, so it's a lot of fun. You can make creatures and characters any color. In my kit, I got a green ink pad, an orange ink pad, and I got a black ink pad. The ink pads are a little bit difficult to open up. They're sealed in plastic, so you might want to have your grown-up help you get that off so you can open those up. And that kept them nice and dry. And then we have one more thing in here, and we have a black flair pen. It's a fine black flair pen, so it makes a really fine, nice line. We're gonna use those things to create all kinds of fun little creatures like this today. The other thing that I do want you to have, because you might switch colors, get a damp paper towel, not soaking wet, because you don't want your hands to be really wet, but you just will wipe off the ink each time you switch a color, and then you will dry your finger. Your finger, you want it to be dry and clean every time you switch a color. So just a damp one, your grown-up can help you get one, and then a dry one. That would be very helpful. Kleenex works, whatever you have, napkins. All right, get your place set up and we'll be ready to go. All right, do you have everything set up? Again, you need your 3 ink pads, and hopefully someone helped you open those. A damp cloth, a dry cloth, and those are just to keep your fingers clean when you switch the colors. So anything, you can make anything you want, and anything can be any color. I have a few examples I'm gonna show you before we start, and then I'm going to do a couple with you. So this is just where I did a few different kinds of animals, and I have up in the corner, I have a little fish. It's my thumbprint. I used yellow, and then I added the lines after it dried. That's an important thing to remember. We have to let it dry for just a few minutes. Then I made a little butterfly. I made the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. They have those 3 body parts there. And then I made a upper wings and lower wings on it. And you could do, you could add little decorations on something like this with your black flair pen. I try to not add too many lines because I want the focus really to be the thumbprint. Here I made a caterpillar. He has a big head. That was my thumb. And then the green ones were the tip of my pointer. So you don't have to use just your thumb. That's what I tend to use for body parts, but you can also use the tip of your finger. And then I just added a bunch of legs. I made a cat. That was fun to make. Then here I made a black bat, which I thought was super fun to make. Wings and his feet and his little ears. The black is really nice. Up here I made an elephant. He was kind of fun to make. I wasn't sure how to do it, but I thought, okay, I'll just make a trunk. Your trunk might be better if you decide to make an elephant. I wish I had like curved it more, but I didn't. This is a sunshine. This, I decided, you know, I could connect prints together. So I made a head and a body, and I connected it and made a giraffe. So that was really fun to make. I think with your choices of paper, you have 2 sheets. It'd be fun to do a try-it sheet, make all kinds of fun animals just like this. And then you wouldn't have to do this. You could do a second sheet like that, or you could make your second sheet one particular thing. It might be something that you could use as a Easter card for somebody, maybe your grandma and grandpa, they would love it. Love bugs. And they're just little butterflies, flies, or whatever, and they're just happily flying along. You could add, I did add hearts to his antennas, but I might add with my, because I said love bugs, it makes me think of hearts, I might add just a few hearts to dress it up a little bit. So that's an idea. And with Easter coming up, again, you could make a little Easter card. I didn't make it into much of a picture. I just made a series of some bunnies. I tried that, and then I tried the eggs. I really like the bunny rabbits. And again, they can be any color. They could absolutely be any color. Or you could try to do, I just drew a tree first, and then I put leaves on. Not with my thumb this time, I used my pointer finger to make the leaves. This also makes a fun card for somebody. I made the center of my flower, wiped my finger clean, and then went around, made the petals, drew some lines for the stems, and put in some leaves. Okay, so that would be kind of a fun spring or Easter card too. And you could write a little message on it if you wanted to. That would be good. And then give that to somebody in your family or a neighbor. Or you could just leave it plain. You don't have to write on it. All right, I'm gonna do a couple demonstrations. I'm going to show you about how long you have to let it dry. So I'm gonna make a few thumbprints with my thumb, and I'll also show you how you would wash your thumb off. The black is going to, if you don't wash your thumb off really well, in fact, you can probably see I still have some on it. So you wanna wash that off really well. I think I'll start with my lightest color, and that's orange. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna make. Okay, so all you have to do is just press your finger in, and you can see that you have the ink there. There's my ink for that part. And then I'm gonna make another body part on this animal that I'm making. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna go back. You can do this if you want. I don't think I got enough on my first circle. There, I like that, okay? So that's gonna be some kind of a critter, but I'm gonna let it dry right now. My thumb has a lot of orange. Look at that. It just wipes right off. It's non-toxic and it's not gonna stain. It's gonna wipe right off. Then I wanna dry my finger. I don't want to get a lot of water on here or you'll get really smudgy. This time I'm using green. I want this creature is kind of a longer creature. That's a hint. And so I'm gonna try to get a big thumbprint. And then I just press down and I'm kind of rolling it because I want it. Yes, my thumb's not actually that big. I just rolled my thumb back. My thumb is much bigger than yours, by the way. So your critters might not be as big as mine. Okay. I washed my finger off. Now I'm going to use the dark color. And this creature is going to go this way. There we go. Put those covers on and just pause for a minute while I clean my thumb off. It's been a few minutes. The first one I did was this guy, and I touch him. He's a little wet, but not too much. I'm gonna start with the outside lines. I won't put anything on there yet, but you see if you can guess what I'm making, okay? Looks like he has long legs. What has long legs? That's a tail. Okay, this is gonna be the tricky part, and this might let you know what it is. Oh my goodness, what is she making? And then I'll go like this and like this. Do you have it yet? There's a good chance you do. Now it's okay. It's dry enough. I add an eye and a smile. It's a moose. It could also be a deer, or it could be an antelope or a caribou, but it's one of those animals. Animals that have antlers are called ungulates. Ungulates. So that's what he is a moose. Okay, let's see. I did the green one next, and that too seems to be dry. So I'm gonna actually come around on this guy, and I'm gonna make this line right along the edge, and it's gonna come out, and it's gonna come back there. Looks like a beak, doesn't it? But it's not. And then I'm gonna make some little spikes going down. I bet you have it. I'll bet you have it, don't you? Okay. And I'm gonna make some kind of feet. Then I'm gonna make an eye and a smile. Do you know what it is? It's a dinosaur. It could also be a lizard, couldn't it? It could be a lizard, it could be a gecko, it could be all kinds of different animals, right? Okay, here comes my black one. What should I do? I had an idea, now I've forgotten it. Oh, I know what it is. So think about this. Do you know what it is? I'll bet some of you know what it is. It's a spider. I'm gonna make his little eyes there. I don't know if they have eyes like that, but I made them. It's a spider. Do you want me to make another creature? Okay, I'll make another one. I really like this green. I really like the black, and I like all the colors. And again, you have different colors. So as long as you know that you have different colors, everybody has different colors. Okay, let this guy dry a little bit. Did you get a lot of these? Were you good guessers on those? This could actually be any kind of an insect too. But because it has 8 legs, it's an arachnid, that's what spiders are. Okay, let this dry for just a second. Are you thinking of all kinds of things? There's so many things you can make. And I'm not drawing on the body yet. See if you can guess. Get your guessing in. Now that is a goofy arm, isn't it? That's a strange little arm. There's another one that's a strange little arm. Do you have an idea yet? Do you know what it is? It's a monster. It's a happy monster. He could also be an alien. His little squiggly arms and his one eye kind of gives that away. So have a good time. I wish I could see what you create. All right. All right, that was fun. I hope you're having a good time. The inks, I used these quite a bit. I did many little creatures with them. I think these are gonna last you for quite a while. Just make sure you keep them covered, and I think it wouldn't hurt if you kept them covered and put them in a plastic bag, because the covers come off easily, and then they would dry out quickly. So make sure the cover's on, and you should be able to use these for quite a while. It's really a fun activity. The more you do, the more you think of things that you can make. You can make birds, all kinds of really fun things. Clouds in the sky, I did that, and I don't know where I put it, but I made some fun clouds in the sky, lots and lots of blues around. I was also thinking it would be fun to make a rainbow. You know, you wouldn't have all the colors, but you could get the idea. That would be very fun too. So lots of fun things to do. And I was thinking it would be so great to see some of these. I generally don't get to see them, but if your grown-up has Facebook or Instagram, they could tag the Grand Rapids Area Library, and then the library would get to see some of these pieces, which would be really fun. So enjoy and have a wonderful Easter and a wonderful spring. Next time I see you, hopefully there's no more snow on the ground.